I do not fear death, I am its master. Darkness and the dead are my weapons of war. My enemies will rot from the inside out as my army of corpses tears them screaming limb from limb. Let's talk about the Witch in Path of Exile 2, and we'll talk about the Ascendancies, Blood Mage, and Infernalist. Unleash the power of the occult with the Witch, an intelligence-based class in Path of Exile 2. Specialising in summoning undead minions and wielding chaos magic, the Witch offers a dynamic, beginner-friendly playstyle, perfect for strategic combat. I just posted a mercenary deep dive covering the Gemling Legionnaire and the Witch Hunter, and that video is doing really well, so thanks for all the new support and thanks for all the love. So I thought I'd do this video because the Witch is what I'm planning to go as my second class in Path of Exile 2, but deciding between Blood Mage and Infernalist is much harder for me than the Witch Hunter and the Gemling Legionnaire for the Mercenary. I think overall, aesthetically and the vibe I'm going for, it's probably going to be Infernalist, but Blood Mage is also like peak class fantasy for me as well, so the Witch is really my cup of tea when it comes to like mages. So let's start with a quick overview and then we'll move on to the Ascendancies for the Witch. So she's a classic Necromancer, combining undead minions and dark magic to devastate enemies. Whether it's controlling a skeletal army, unleashing plague-like chaos spells, or cursing enemies for maximum damage, the Witch provides versatile tools for controlled high-damage gameplay. So the key features are your minion-based gameplay. You're going to command an undead army with improved minion control mechanics, and you can also move with WASD now in Path of Exile 2. Then we've got persistent minions that revive automatically, freeing you from constant resummoning and maintenance. Chaos magic synergy, you can use curses and sacrificial magic to spread disease, poison, and destruction. And your endgame potential with 25 active occult skills means the Witch becomes a commander of devastation, summoning hordes and unleashing deadly chaos spells. You've got a spirit resource, which is introduced in Path of Exile 2, and this enables tailored minion setups and persistent spells like Arctic Armor. You equip a scepter or a staff to increase spirit capacity and summon larger armies. So some pros and cons of the Witch are you've got persistent minions that provide constant support and damage, and there's not a lot of maintenance to them. You've got high synergy between chaos spells and curses, and it's a beginner-friendly playstyle with a controlled and strategic view. Some of the cons are it's heavily reliant on minions for defense and offense, so if you get caught off guard, you might be in trouble. Requires careful spirit management for optimized setups, and your passive playstyle may not appeal to players seeking active combat. So based on this already, I think I'm going to stick with the Mercenary, but there's something about the Witch that's just calling me, man. Now let's talk about the different Ascendancies, and we'll touch on summoning as well towards the end. So we'll start with Blood Mage. So the Blood Mage taps into life energy, sacrificing health to unleash powerful blood magic. Some of the key features are, Sanguimancy, so blood magic basically, converts base mana costs into life costs, enabling high power spells. You've got Crimson Power, which increases maximum life by converting energy shield from body armor. We've got Vitality Siphon, which is leech 10% of spell damage as life, enhancing your survivability. And then we've got Gore Spike, which is gain critical damage bonus based on total life. And you're basically shooting out these like big green bone spikes. And then you pick up these red orbs on the ground. So some of the pros are it's life-based casting, which creates unique mechanics. It's got high survivability with life leech, and it's great for players who enjoy a high-risk, high-reward playstyle. Some of the cons are it requires careful health management, and it's not that beginner-friendly due to the sacrificial mechanics, I should say. So next, we've got the Infernalist, my favourite, like the peak. The transformation into the flying demoness succubus thing is just insane to me. So let's do a deep dive. So harness the power of hellfire and summon a fiery companion for devastating AoE damage. Your key features are you've got a loyal hellhound. You can summon a hellhound that absorbs 20% of incoming damage and attacks mobs for you, sets them on fire. You've got Pyromantic Pact, which replaces mana with Infernal Flame for spellcasting, gaining power but taking fire damage when Flame is maxed. You've got Bringer of Flame, which increases ignite chance and magnitude for you and your minions. And then my favourite part is Demonic Possession. Transform into a demon form, unleashing incredible destruction. Like, the clips that are coming out from this just look insane. The class fantasy it's serving for me, I'm waffling now, but wow. So some of the pros are you've got high AoE potential with fiery skills. Infernal Flame offers powerful offensive capabilities. Your Hellhound companion provides extra survivability and cleans up. And who doesn't like having a pet? Like, I just love it. Cons, you've got Infernal Flame mechanics can be punishing if poorly managed and reliant on balancing offensive and defensive strategies. But, do you know what I mean? She's going to be a tanky, flaming AoE god. And then let's just touch on like your minion builds for the Witch. So minions are the core mechanic for the Witch. And the way these work is you've got skeletal warriors, skeletal arsonists, skeletal mages, and then spectres and zombies. So the warriors are basically cheap tanks for absorbing damage and taking aggro off you. You've got the arsonists, where they do massive damage just by bow and arrow, essentially. And then you've got the skeletal mages, which provide you elemental damage. And then your spectres and zombies reinforce your army with durable allies. And then you can even like res corpses and get corpses to fight for you. The Witch can also utilize, well, it's saying this here, so you can also use Detonate Dead and Profane Ritual to turn the battlefield into a graveyard of destruction. So which Ascendancy is fitting you there? Is it the Blood Mage, which is perfect for players who enjoy sacrificing health for massive power and enjoy leech mechanics? Or are you more a flaming Infernalist where for you it's ideal just doing massive fiery AoE explosions with a little fire dog that follows you around, and then you all get to enjoy some summons? So great for beginners who love controlling hordes and undead minions. So there we go, loads of waffle in there. That's everything I could find so far. Let me know if you know anything else, and let me know what you're excited for, what you're ascending to, blah, blah, blah. And then finally, I made a game. It's called Battle Babes. It's on Steam. It's on sale right now. You can go play it if you want. Love you. Hasta la vista. Peace.